What up? Welcome to the Binge Eater Podcast. Your boy, the South Spouse, here with Big Lynch and Donnie Duckets.
Yes, sir.
You missed Woody last week, by the way.
Wouldn't say I missed him.
It was a good one.
It was. I listened from the
yeah,
camp.
keep listening, bro. There's
I'm
a lot
a
more to
fan.
listen to.
Not only am I the president of Binge Eater Podcast, I'm also a fan.
He's in the
Sure you
C-suite.
are.
He's in the C-suite. That's right.
Double Big Mac is back. Yep. McDonald's is promising us more sesame seeds to be more spaced out. Did you know that? That's what they said they're doing.
What does that
That's
mean?
the other change they're making to the burger. Outside,
There's a
of the
lot
other
of
ones we
changes.
discussed?
They said
Yeah.
they want their burger to be juicier.
Meltier, like less melty cheese, more.
Less
melty-
melty cheese.
Yeah, we
less
talked
melty
about
cheese,
this, Donnie. This is they have a
More
whole
Big Mac
five-step
sauce. Wait,
plan.
when did we talk about this?
We talked
while
about?
ago.
Remember they changed like the onions and they changed the melt and they changed like they had like a whole rollout as to how their burgers are going to be different. And
That was a while ago, though, no?
it was a while
Yeah.
ago, yeah. But they're
Here,
This
This
is
is where
new?
we're at now. They tried this on the West Coast apparently, and now they're bringing it to all the McDonald's now.
just for Instagram.
They said they want more. They want juicier burgers.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the heel of the bun, the bottom bun, is going to be more stable.
interesting.
They said they're going to
Wow.
space out the sesame seeds.
Does that mean less sesame seeds?
Well, we're going to get to
Or
that.
does that
'cause I
mean
have
like more
Do you
distribution?
know what they're
more? They said they want more Big Mac sauce also.
what they're describing to me is they're trying to reach like what it looks like in these photos. You know, look at the photo, the marketing material.
Yeah,
That's what you're describing to me. You're
Right.
describing like nice, spaced out, even.
like a toy Big Mac
See,
you would have
the
gotten
heel,
in the 90s.
the heel does look like it has a lot of stability in that image, you know. And the patties look juicy. And if you look at the patties in real life, there's
There's not
the
a lot
word
of
juicy
juice.
That's
does
because
not-
they normally put 8 burger patties on the fryer or on the their little burger.
Oh, and then they
their
winnow
little
it down.
burger device.
yeah.
Yeah, they do eight patties at a time. Now they're only doing 6.
Oh,
Apparently, it'll be less pressure on the patty and result in juicier patties.
Okay, so I kind of respect a level of this engineering,
stop.
but I'll tell you what I don't want.
Talk to us.
I don't want there to be the option to change the melt rate in the cheese. The fact that they have their finger on that button in some way disturbs me. Cheese
You
melting
ever put
should
a
be a
flame?
fact of life, that it's just innate to its nature.
You ever put a flame to a Velveeta?
Can't say that I've put
Huh?
flame.
Put a flame to Velveeta, and what it does is it scorches it black.
Right.
It doesn't melt it. It has to be melted in like a heated up, like in a pot or something while being stirred. But a straight flame to it will actually just scorch it. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I always said Velveeta is like one molecule away from being a condom.
Yeah.
Like it's one little scientific chemical reaction to being a little thin.
looks
thin.
really good on camera though, when you get it just right. And
Mhm.
I don't agree with you, Donnie, on this whole cheese thing. The cheese is just how much time they're letting it sit on the hot surface is the melt factor, in my opinion. Maybe they put it
No,
on
I think
later.
it's more like what Donnie's
The
saying. They're probably doing
meltability.
some science to this.
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, you think
But
they actually changed the science of this cheese?
Yes.
to
I
make
think
it-
I think they changed the science of the patties. I think
Not
by
just the
saying the
6?
patties are going to be juicier and the heel bun is going to be more stable, sounds like more bun and less patty to me. Just what I'm feeling.
I feel like
How
they're
does that
manipulating
equal
this at the
juicier?
quantum level. That's what I don't like.
Juicier is just such a bizarre thing. Maybe they'll spray it with butter.
Have you
before
ever
they do it,
looked
too.
at a McDonald's burger and thought, "Wow, this is juicy"?
One does not simply look at a McDonald's burger.
Well, we
Yeah, you smell it and eat it.
I look at
look at
You
everyone.
smell it, feel it, and eat it. You don't
Dude,
look at
I
it.
will
What are
take
you
a-
I
looking
look at
for?
it every time, and there's times where I've been like, "Nope, this one, unfortunately, my money is gone."
you're only hurting
I can't.
yourself. I will spend more time looking at it on the way out than I will on the way in.
Speaking of looking at it, back in the day, we used to have this McDonald's that where the kitchen was separate room from the drive-through. So if you were sitting in a good spot inside the restaurant, there was a window tube at the top, and you could watch like the meals
Conveyor
go by
belt.
on a conveyor belt at the top of the ceiling to the drive-through window. I
That
thought
was-
fucking McDonald's was the future, bro.
Yeah,
You're
that
like,
was the
that's it.
hypeness, bro.
Now they're building underground tunnels for these burgers so they can pop up
Whoa.
at the. Listen, they
Don't
got to
talk
get
tunnels
in too.
to
First,
us,
first
They
five,
are McDonald's. I'm telling you.
First
Taco
5
Bell,
minutes,
They're
bro.
gonna be. They're shooting tacos down the tunnels, man.
Don't say tunnel. Don't say tunnels to Jewish people, bro.
Yeah, don't say tunnels in the first
just-
10 minutes.
Don't say
I'm
tunnels. Don't
referencing
say tunnels to
tunnels.
Arabs. Don't say tunnels to
I'm
Jews.
referencing tunnels in this very specific way, and they're building tunnels for the burgers and the tacos to be shot out and up to your car, so we no longer have to talk to a person. We don't have to do anything. We just show up and probably just scan our eyeballs, and they're like, "Oh, your brain wants a cheeseburger?
Your brain wants a cheeseburger.
Here we go. Here it is,
They're like-
directly through this tunnel up into your car."
That's funny. That's like fake psychic bullshit. Like you show up to McDonald's and they're like, "We can read your mind. You want a cheeseburger?" It's like, well, yeah, I'm already at McDonald's.
Well,
It's like when you
technically,
go to
they
a
can read our
psychic and
mind.
they're like, I sense you're seeking something. It's like, well, yeah, I drove to a fucking psychic's basement.
Donnie, they spent a lot of money, just like they spent a lot of money. Like the meetings they had on these dispersion of seeds and like heal and all that. The meetings they had on just that, the millions spent on
Yeah,
just sorting that
the R&D.
whole little brief that Harley got that we received to the public. You don't think they know you, bro? McDonald's
I'll tell
This
you-
plays out one way. This plays out one way. McDonald's is like, let's cut some patties out, get the new patties in, call them juicier. These buns, let's get these cheaper buns in. Say that the heel bun is bigger, and say that the sesame seeds are more spaced out. It's all bullshit.
I'll tell you
This
one
is
thing.
This is all cut corners. This is all the cheapest maneuver done. Nothing was ever done for us to have a juicier burger.
Right.
And the fact that there's only 6 burgers that cook at a time now instead of 8, maybe that means a smaller grill is being implemented in other McDonald's, or maybe it means that for them, or maybe it's just so fucking cheap that they don't need a faster turnaround there, because 6 burgers instead of 8 is messing with a lunch rush. So there's got to be some. How is this a profit for Ronald McDonald? Is what you got to ask yourself.
Maybe
'Cause
this is their
all
way.
for him.
This is their sneaky way of manipulating, like moving the goalpost, because we know fast food sales are down. We know like people
What?
eat this shit
Hold
less.
on. What do you mean fast food sales are down? What are you talking about?
I just mean compared to the 90s, don't we like eat
No,
less
fast
of
food
this?
sale- right now, this is the best time because
Really? I thought McDonald's
we're in a bad
was hurting.
economy. Bad economy. Fast food sales are up, baby, because everyone's
Yeah, but
looking
I
for
don't know.
convenience.
I don't know if it's specifically fast food. What's going on with the sales? But I do know that they don't have employees. McDonald's is giving like resumes out on the placemats for people that go to eat at McDonald's.
You're
Yeah, that's what
you're
they've been
McDonald's. Yeah, because yours is like unreliable right near your house. It's like they can't even stay open.
Yeah, you won't
Like,
even know
I'm
if it's
not-
open when you show
No.
up.
This is something that I saw posted on Reddit. You think I'm going to McDonald's near my house, bro?
You don't fuck with that one.
The
No?
once I'm in my car and
Yeah.
I'm where the McDonald's is, I have 12 options.
Okay.
Because McDonald's isn't open past midnight, I'm not out there past midnight. But there's a Wendy's. And
No need for him to be on
I
the
could
road.
see a Wendy's from that McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted one thing we didn't close the loop on. You might be what you were saying about the like it's all to find a way to make more profit. That's maybe why we're getting this double Big Mac, because the double Big Mac is weird. I feel like all the messaging we've been getting generally is like how bad things are for us, like how bad fast food is for us. Big Donnie's assuming that sales have gone down since the 90s, because back in the 90s we thought we were being healthy eating like chicken nuggets, and like chicken burgers. And now
We
they're
covered that.
offering
That's
double,
canon.
like a double. Yeah, that's good. They are a double Big Macs feels like really contrary to what the like news would be saying. Like that's a wild offering. That's not saying hey,
That's an
guys.
appropriate Hail Mary, though, because if you think about McDonald's and the whole scene here, this is like you are taking a shot at like back in the day, you never went and got a double Big Mac at McDonald's. You weren't going to be like, everyone wants to spend $5. You're not going to be the guy that's like, I'm going to spend $9.50. Like the double Big Mac is a big boy thing. Like I always thought the most craziest thing to do at McDonald's back in the day was get a double Big Mac trio and change your fry to a poutine.
Well,
I always, in my mind, that was the big dick McDonald's purchase. But like that didn't happen often.
and
because,
adding bacon.
that was filling to me even back in the day, and I like to eat a lot. But if they're coming at it like double Big Mac, we're gonna make it juicy. It's probably because they want to charge more. They want you to spend $15 at McDonald's.
Do you know what makes me mad about the double Big Mac? Looking at it, what's really pissing me off about it is that they don't.
Is that it built tunnels under a synagogue?
no, that they don't. No, that doesn't make me mad. That they don't.
It should though.
They didn't add more cheese to the scene. Are you looking at this picture of this thing?
I don't want more cheese on my. I don't want more cheese.
Sorry, you're gonna double up and not double up on my cheese ratio.
McDonald's is so tricky with the cheese. It is the finest line for me personally of too much cheese.
But you get 4 patties. Don't you want to have a better cheese ratio? You want 2 slices to 4 patties?
You need to secure the sauce in this case.
Sauce is the most. You can't even talk about sauce. Sauce is not a thing at McDonald's that you can even consider. It just exists however it shows up. And every McDonald's is going to do different things depending on how that person's day is going, essentially.
And you don't want to ask for more or less and upset the fucking delicate balance of their psyche. You take what you get and you keep it moving.
The thing with not McDonald's, like the way those sauces are done is like there's a pump. It's a pump.
Isn't it like
that shoots like 6? Yeah, it shoots like 6 beams right onto the patty in like a circle, like a psh. And like I wonder if it's just a bigger pump now. Or if it has, like maybe we were dealing with like an 18 gauge pump. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what we were dealing with before. Are they going to give us a bigger pump?
Like, what's the?
They can't do this by eye. You're not telling you can't tell Hector in Los Angeles and Sebastien in Quebec to be like, yeah, put more Big Mac sauce on it. Their baselines were already so different.
Did you read how they like talk about?
And you know what pisses me off about Greek people? It's like I go and I get souvlaki. Yeah. Whoever told them to put a whole cup of tzatziki?
Right at
I love tzatziki.
Only at the front of the fucking. Yeah.
Only at the front.
Yeah.
Like, what are you wearing a white undershirt under a very thin white button-up collared shirt with your hair slicked back, wet curls on the back of your neck, and a gold chain?
They're not respecting the sauce. That's the
They're
problem.
not.
No respect for the sauce.
Yeah. None. That's the Greeks.
The thing is, it's like they forget. It's as if tzatziki isn't the backbone of the entire. They forget and they put it at the end. It's like, no, put that shit in and then wrap it up.
No, they want you to order more, like a side of tzatziki, because they need more of that for the rest of it. That's what's happening.
I always scoop my tzatziki out on a glop on the plate, and that's my extra tzatziki.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you're doing like you're like halfway to KBB at that point, in my opinion.
I'm hacking the fucking system 24/7 everywhere I go.
Always, yeah.
I'm finagling and tunneling and negotiating everywhere I go.
You're RoboCop of the fucking fast
food
I
pull up
game.
the fucking. I pull up the synagogue I pull up a synagogue from the ground.
That's wild.
Like I came from the ground.
That's wild, dog.
Got my dick sucked by the rabbi. Shakaka.
Whoa.
Beep beep. Beep beep.
On that note, here's what they released about the double Big Mac. We've identified an unmet customer need with significant opportunity to drive future growth in beef. And that is the large beef customer. The large beef customer is sick. Like, that's hilarious. A desire for larger, high-quality burgers that fill you up and are delivered in a convenient and affordable way. That's the president of International Development Licensed Markets.
Who cares, bro? Who cares what this fucking chat GPT fucking PR
There's
shit says? Show me a burger.
No.
None of this talking about the thing doesn't mean shit. We sit here talking about the fucking burger. Show me a picture of a burger. Let me see one live.
They're tracking us.
Get one next episode. Bring a burger.
The large
I know you want to eat
customer.
a burger.
Yeah.
We're the large beef burger customer.
Exactly. They're tracking.
Listen, I'm just saying. They're identifying the large beef burger customer. It might be us. Might be someone listening to this podcast right now. Let us know if you have the double Big Mac.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you're the large beef customer.
Yeah. South Korea is banning eating dog meat.
Yeah.
Sounds a little too late.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Not even once.
Yeah.
Not even once.
I can.
But you'll eat a horse.
That's it. I can get into this topic.
I was going to say, I was about to hot take and say I'd rather eat a human's finger in my chili than eat a dog. Dogs look like the worst meal ever.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know what the advantage is.
Well, I don't think it's an advantage. I think it's from back in the day when there was maybe scarcity of food and protein. That seems to be like where this concept of eating dogs came from.
Grow a fucking soybean and leave the dog alone.
Puppy jerky.
You weren't around
sounds,
in the 1800s. Donnie,
puppy
you don't
jerky
know?
sounds like the thing to chew on.
Sounds terrible.
Puppy jerky. That's the
No.
softest thing I ever heard in my life.
I
But I didn't even know. I'll be honest. I didn't even know South Korea was ignorant of me. I didn't even know South Korea was out there like that.
Bro,
I was
same
putting
thing.
that all on the Chinese.
Me too. I
was like 100% on the Chinese.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought.
But Japan. The thing about Japan is anything in the world. If you go to the right spot in Japan, you can find that. Anything you want, except weed.
Yeah.
No weed.
Yeah.
Bro, I was in Japan,
Big no.
and this guy came up to me. He recognized Epic Mealtime. And he was like, "Yo, ha ha, baby, ha ha, ba ba." He's a white guy. I was not doing. It was not Japanese. It was just in Japan. And he came up and he was like, "Dude, I'm not a baby." And I'm like, "What's up?" And he gave me a card with a white rabbit on it. He was like, "You need anything?" I was like, "Shit." Went back to the hotel, called him up, and I was like, "Yo, doggy, what do you got for your bacon boy over here?" And he was like, he pulled up. I'm not going to say what he got for us, but we did put it in order. We laid all that powder out on the table, smashed it. I wasn't there either. Me too. I wasn't there.
No.
This is all a fictional story, an interactive art experience where everyone, even the audience, can participate. So we're sitting there blowing lines of coke on fucking off Lynch's backside, and then we're like, "Yo, let's hit him up again."
He's lying.
Except this time more. So we hit up the White Rabbit Boy, and I was like, "What is this? What do you got?" He's like, "You want more of that?" I'm like, "Obviously." And he was like, "What about some women?" And I was like, Nah, I'm good with that though. And then one of us was like, "How about
Some men.
some weed?" He was like, "What about some weed?" And this guy was like, "The fuck? Are you crazy? Marijuana?" And we were like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, you're not going to find marijuana here. I would never, dude. Honestly, this conversation's over." And then we went and Googled it.
Sir, you have offended me.
We Googled it, and like weed in Japan was like life sentence. And this guy was like, "No, you don't no one's selling weed here."
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You don't like
one
that,
bit.
eh?
No.
Right?
No,
you
they
could traffic.
They got it
You could
wrong.
traffic a person,
Yes.
but you're not going to smoke a weed.
Right.
I smoke a weed.
I might take that law just so we have no garbage on the streets. Pretty good trade-off.
What? No garbage on the streets.
In Japan, it was like the cleanest. Everywhere we went was so clean. Everything was so orderly and clean. There was no garbage. There's no garbage cans, but also no garbage on the streets. It was just like.
You think that's the weed thing?
No, I'm saying that if I'm just saying like
If one came with the
separately,
other,
if you're
he'd
like,
take
hey,
it.
if I live in Japan and I can't smoke weed, I'd probably do cleanliness.
I
a
think
little bit.
for a society of humans to keep their city as clean as Japan does, like if you want that, we would have to get nuked and hope we survive, and our children's children will have an excellent, thriving society with the cleanest streets, and they'll be winning a culture war over everyone else's children. You ever think about that?
I'm ready
You
to
think
talk
it's
about it
just
right
the
now.
weed? Also, there's no garbage cans on the street in Japan.
That's what I said.
No garbage cans. There's no cans. You can't even. But out
It's
here,
not-
if
it's
you
not
take
even
the
a
cans
concept.
away, you take the cans away, people will throw it on the floor. I like to put garbage in my pocket. Donnie, I've seen you put garbage in your pocket many times.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm taking other people's garbage, picking it up, and putting it in my pocket.
He's on that leave no trace type shit. You know?
I was gonna say in Spain, it's amazing that you could buy 5 bottles of fucking whiskey at a gas station. Well, just for context, in Canada, alcohol is a lot more controlled. We don't have just liquor stores and shit. We could only buy our alcohol from state-run government stores. You could buy as much as you want, whatever. But like the
That's
hours are
province by
weird.
province.
Right. Well, in Quebec, it's like that. In Ontario, it's even stricter.
Don't let me in with Quebec, please. Don't do that.
In Ontario, it's even more strict.
Bro, the most formative years of your life were in Quebec.
But in Spain, you could get that shit anywhere, and they smoke. They smoke cigarettes like crazy. They roll their own cigarettes. You light a joint, and everyone's looking at you, not like, oh, this but they're just like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, they're confused by you.
Why do you think that is?
It's just old school Christian, well, Catholic cultural kind of thing where they're just
continue explaining, evil Jew.
I'm just saying, it's like, not that weed is something in Judaism, but this is like an old traditional.
Why is my rabbi grow his own weed?
Because
I accidentally said grabbi, and that's a sick word.
Yo, let's swing by the rabbi's house and grab a bag of weed.
It's like grabbi.
Yeah. Anyways, smoke weed every day.
It's
smoke weed.
It's gonna take time. You know, at one point, look, the liquor wasn't even a thing. It was
liquor. I hardly know her.
Bro, just last year they were eating dogs in South Korea.
It's crazy. Small percentage of the population, by the way. So let's get the numbers right. It's not. This wasn't like people were like, damn, they're taking the dogs away. It was like a small. Damn. It was like the people who actually have the dog farms that make the meat,
and the people that
they're the guys that are pissed off. Everyone else is like, actually, I'm not down with eating dogs really anymore.
They're like,
in 2022, 64% of people in a town in Korea were against eating dog meat.
It's not
like the clean 98% that we could probably hit in town right now. Yeah.
Well, maybe hold on. Maybe there's maybe the other, I don't know, 35%
close
are like, don't care. Like, you can eat meat, dog meat if you want. I don't want to, but I don't care what you do. That's your life.
Those people are the worst.
That's your life. You do what you want.
They're
Then 1%'s like, I need
right?
that dog meat very badly right now.
Yeah. They're probably mad that McDonald's took away the fucking double dog mac.
I want to ask about the McDonald's Harley. We posted a video recently about you went to the 5 sketchiest McDonald's, and I did not know this, stupidly I guess, as a Canadian, that they don't have junior chicken's a strictly Canadian thing. It's not in America. I don't go to America and buy McDonald's ever. But people are like, you're an idiot. They're like, junior chicken, what are you, idiot, it's a McChicken. I'm like, I don't know. It says junior chicken in the video on the app. You can see it. And the second thing, there's 3 things. The second thing was people were like,
we have the
McChicken sauce, bro. It's mayo. And I'm like, no, it's McChicken sauce.
McChicken sauce.
And we do have a different sauce in Canada than they do because America is much looser with how they do things. And I don't know, there's like mustard or some shit in our McChicken sauce. Whatever it is, ours is different. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know both those things, by the way. And then the third thing is people, I thought this would be the funniest. I'd never even noticed this. People were really tripping about how you got into the car.
What? I didn't see that.
That's how I get in the cars. How I've been.
It's so funny. I never even noticed it.
Oh, like how you go in head first and then bring your legs around.
I noticed that Eric kept in that shot because it's too funny of me calling so hard. It's been something that's come up a lot in vlogs. Like it'll be filmed like me going in, and people are like, "What is going on?"
People are like, "You're psychotic."
Yeah, so you get in the car like a dachshund going into a badger hole.
It's not the only car that I didn't get in like that. My F-150.
Right.
Oh,
the door was so huge.
Yeah.
It was all chilling.
But
it was fucking being chilling.
So you crawl into every car. That's it. I've never even noticed this.
I don't crawl in, bro.
You're diving headfirst into the car.
Exactly.
And now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. I'm like, oh yeah, he's diving into
You've
the car.
never seen that before? Normally when someone is already in the car, my bit is to crawl in extra hard so that my head is now in their head space in the passenger seat for a moment. I'll usually say something or I'll kiss the air near their ear.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got so many moves to bother the people I'm hanging out with. Like I got infinite maneuvers.
I'm already bothered. So like you're doing that I'm already bothered about something that happened 5 minutes ago. So I can't get caught up in whatever the next thing is.
Your parents actually used to call me and say, you got to stop bothering our son.
Really?
He's so bothered, and now he's hitting the walls. Zadie used to call me R.I.P. and he'd be like, "Oh, what about baby Justin?" Yeah, but you weren't sniffing coke in Japan, right? That's a lie too.
That's a lie also.
Yeah.
But what you failed to mention is the teachers were calling, all your friends' parents were calling, like, "Can you get Harley to stop? Can you calm down a little bit? Like he's bothering every person all the time, constantly."
Yeah, but then I got drafted to the league. The League of Extraordinary Jews.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sick because I'm strapped up now. They gave me a toolie.
They give you the
They
work.
call it the shuli
Give you a
toolie
piece.
to pull up the shul.
With a spice
What's going
box.
on?
I want
That's
to
you know, that's the job I'm getting, eh? I want
What?
to be one of those security guards that patrols the playground at a Jewish private school
with the shul tool.
with the shuli toolie. You just fucking walk around, post it up. You get a bulletproof vest. It's easy, bro. Don't you want a job where you wear a bulletproof vest, Donnie?
No, I don't want to fucking be hot all day in a goddamn.
Yeah, you don't want to
vest.
contribute to society.
You think you got mad reads like that, Harley?
Mad what?
Reads.
Kind like I could be a security guard like that?
Yeah, like you got reads. Like you can pan and scan. You know all the exits.
I can pan and
You know how
scan,
to
but
secure-
truth is,
you know how to secure the perimeter. Like you feel
Okay,
good about
bro,
that?
truth is,
Can you
truth is,
execute an ocular pat down on someone?
I'll be honest
Exactly,
with you, even if I did, on God, if Abu al-Baghdadi dapped me up properly, I'd let him in.
Let him in to do what?
Whatever he wants, bro. He dapped me up. He's pretty chill. Sorry that he came in and fucking firebombed
like
the place. He was nice to me.
If you get a good clap, you're like, ooh, that's the sound I
If
needed.
Abu al-Baghdadi came up and he was like, "Yo, what's up, head boy?" I'd be like, "Yo, we're good." He's like, "I gotta take a shit in there." I'm like, "All right, you need this whole vest and backpack?"
And backpack.
And if he was like, "I do," I'd be like, "Hey, why?" He'd be like, "I bring my own paper." I'd be like, "That makes sense."
You'd be like, bro, are you late? And he's like, no, why? And you're like, oh, I don't know. I hear ticking.
I'm like, anyways, get out of here, but you look like you got a shit. You're sweating.
You rascal. Go on, get.
Hey, there is an Abu al-Baghdadi, right?
There was.
Think you ever played Xbox?
With Yosef.
I feel like I think about it like if you were Middle Eastern and you played Xbox from like 2003 to 2011,
Then I'm sorry.
yeah, every single bad guy was like, they're invading our country and that will never happen again. And the Americans are like, let's fucking kill these sons of bitches. And then you're in fucking helicopters and shit blasting. And then like you're literally only, I swear I killed Middle Eastern people for like 7 years on Xbox. There was like 4 years before that where it was Russia and China.
Exactly. Our generation is perfectly placed to live through that change where we grew up, all the bad guys in movies were Russian. By the time we hit 15 years old, 16 years old, they were all Middle Eastern.
Yeah. And then like now I was watching this show. I don't know if I told you about this here. It was this show. Oh damn, what was it? They were like a super military task force. It was so silly on Netflix. I think it was called Obliterated. Did I talk about this?
No.
They got my ass because the show starts and they're like a super tactical team and they're fucking American and they're killing it. And they're watching this party and like they're watching this pool party and it's like in Vegas and they got their shit set up. And then it's showing like the heat rising in a certain area and they're like, oh, it looks like there could be a bomb. They're setting up a bomb there. And then it cuts to these two like very Middle Eastern guys and they're so sweaty and they're like, yallah, yallah. And they're like doing some fucking wiring under the shit. And I'm watching and I'm like, oh shit, we're doing this again? Like it's just fucking, we got Arabs making bombs on the show? And I was like, damn. I'm like, turn it up. Yeah, babe, turn it louder. And I start watching it and then like the team goes to move and the bomb happens, but the bomb is like fireworks and those guys just work at the hotel. And I was like, oh, got my ass. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, I really thought, and they led me on like that. Because I'm watching the show that's like basically like imagine a Delta Team 6 got wasted and then woke up the next day and they're like,
There's
what's
people
our
that are real mad at the way you just said that.
Yeah, exactly. But then so they wake up and they're like, whoa, what's our mission right now? I forgot our mission and where's our sergeant? Because we're so fucked up. It's like The Hangover and we don't know. And it's basically like that. They're like doing some mission, but they got my ass because they were like, the guy, whoever clicks this show to watch it would think that these Middle Eastern guys were doing the bomb. So then anyways, that part gets wrapped up and where the real bomb is, the bad guy, you know, this like white Russian dude, he's he's like showing the bomb, and he's like, and here is the bomb. And the guys that are buying it, they're like 13 dudes. And I was like, I please go back to the Middle Eastern, or make them Chinese, or make them Russian, make them fucking Jewish. I don't care. Make them American. Dude, it was like literally a bachelor party. It was a multicultural bachelor party. People wearing jeans and like tucked in shirts from Banana Republic. They look like my older brother and his buddies. Like someone's wearing jeans and like thong flip-flops.
Yeah.
There's like a brown one, a white one, a kind of brown one, a kind of white one. This guy,
it's like
I think he's
Brock
Mexican.
and Kyle
and I'm
just
like, and I'm like, but like they're buying the bomb. Like they're buying a nuke. Now I need to know, what's the cause? Like, it's not 1992 when I'm like, oh, the bad guys are buying a bomb. They're going to hold Vegas hostage or whatever the fuck it is. I didn't finish the show. But I'm like, what's the cause? How do you get this group of people to believe in some shit? You can't even get the same people on my street to believe in, the simplest things. What was the cause that this collection of gentlemen that would never hang out, they look like a college group project, like just a collection of adults.
They're like holding the Yeti cooler factory hostage.
Well, that's when I'm like, you know what? I get that it was, we can't just be like the Arabs are the bad guys or the Russians are the bad guys. I get that, but you kind of need to have a collection of people. Because like the cause there's no cause where people look mad different unless the cause is like
Stanley Cups.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Like, because otherwise, like I look at it nowadays and I'm like, no, I'm thinking too much of like what rallied these people here.
Yeah.
What made these people join up?
They don't need to be Russian or Arab or whatever, but they do need to be united around some cause that we can hate.
And they truthfully do need to look quite alike.
Yeah.
You're not buying the nuke to fuck up the
diversity in like, say, like if you like gangs, not all gangs.
Yeah, like the Aryan Brotherhood. It's a real melting pot.
No. I'm saying like even like say someone like Vancouver, like they do have a diversity in I guess culture in these gangs that come together.
I feel like, and I feel like from watching,
you feel like you're super racist,
gang
for sure. Yeah,
for watching. Yeah, I'm going through my xenophobic era. But
yeah, it seems like it. Yeah,
the gangland videos that I've been watching seems like you got like an Asian gang.
Sure,
you have an Indian gang.
Mm-hmm. But they get together sometimes to do business.
Yeah, but you don't have an Asian guy in the Indian gang, really.
You do in some cultures, yeah, in some places. I guess maybe where I'm from, that exists. You get like a
mixed batch.
A mixed
couple
batch.
whites,
you
a couple
get a
blacks.
Crody.
Correct. Yeah. Well,
Canada's a beautiful country.
Yeah,
the fact that
Canada
the gang could be a cultural mosaic like that is a beautiful thing. I love that.
But they also get together and do business together. Yeah, of course. Well,
getting together and doing business, that's so sick.
No.
They stay about their business.
They stand on their business.
Well,
have you ever stood on business, Donnie?
I have. It was a dark time.
When you stood on business?
Yeah.
Since then, looks like you've been napping on business, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Shit.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't think this was my intervention. I knew you called me over here last minute, but I didn't think it was a fucking intervention.
Well, talk to me. How many water bottles do you think you drank in your lifetime?
Interesting question.
Yeah, hey?
Interesting question.
You off the business is true, and you stay hydrated, fam? Reach.
Then you're a sick to my stomach, fam. How many water bottles? I mean, I can't fucking count, but I'll tell you this. When I was with my ex, she was like,
drinking mad water.
Well, the thing is, I kind of had this stupid pride in like, fuck it, tap water's the move because I live in Canada and it's this great clean place. But I've since done the deep dive.
Great clean place. Yeah. Maybe when we get a new prime minister.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to
got you with that one.
No, because I'm trying to
Harley's
I'm trying to turn this into a joke.
He's ready to go.
I'm trying to turn this into a joke about Jagmeet Singh. Which is its own joke right there. So
did you hear the truckers were right, man?
And bro, I'm gonna be fucking.
The truckers were right.
Bro,
They
I'm
were
gonna be
far
The
right.
federal judge has actually deemed it so.
I'm gonna be leading the NDP in
I don't
10
know what that
years, so
even means,
do not
Lynch.
disrespect my.
What do you
boy.
mean you don't know what happened today?
No, I don't get much news at the camp.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Lynch. We don't get our news from that private Facebook group.
From
This is
Rebel
actually
News.
this is actually everywhere, including the CBC.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah. You didn't see this? No, you guys were too caught up, huh? Harley was too busy getting
Dapped
Unlocking
up.
Solid
Fortnite.
Snake.
Getting
Fortnite,
dapped
that's
up
right.
by Abu El
Yeah.
Baghdadi.
No, they a federal judge in Canada said that the government illegally, when we had all those
Invoked
truckers,
the Emergencies Act.
invoked the Emergencies Act, and that's like official from a federal judge.
Well, you know what happens with
They're gonna
okay.
appeal it, yeah, of course, but it's
Exactly.
it's still not a good look, I would say.
No, but
Tell everyone listening what you're talking about.
Well, I think this is like when America actually started caring about what's going on in Canada for like the first time ever was when we had the trucks descend on Parliament and block different access points.
tell
into
them what
Canada.
Parliament is.
Parliament is like our
Capital.
capital.
Our Capitol Hill.
Yeah, essentially. And they basically honked their horns and blocked traffic for an extended period of time and blocked traffic routes like at certain border points for stuff good to get in and out. And it was a very large movement. This is during the COVID
It was
era.
like during COVID vaccine
Yeah,
and stuff.
COVID
The
vaccine.
truckers felt like that, like they had to get vaccinated to be truckers,
Yes.
and they didn't want that. People didn't, so they stood against it, and they did this thing called the Freedom Convoy, where they basically locked down our capital for weeks, and
I stand
And
by
they
one
really
thing.
locked it down. Like
They
ambulances,
shut-
ambulances couldn't drive. People couldn't get to work. It was
I
like
have a friend that has a business right in the middle of it.
Oh,
And
dude.
he couldn't go to it or do anything.
I read one thing where people were like, they're like, oh, if you lived in right next to it,
Yeah,
they were
your life
honking
was
horns
ruined.
24/7. And I was like, honestly, if someone was honking horns 24 hours a day and outside my window, that's assault. Like I would actually go fucking postal. Like I would not. Be
me
able to
too.
live.
I would be popping shots from the fucking rooftop at that point.
But
from
all
the
that
Popping
said,
front
shots
door.
from the rooftop.
But basically the police were not able to effectively manage the situation, like, according to them and according to the federal government. And the federal government was like, you know what, we're going to put into effect the Emergencies Act and basically confiscated like any money donated to their cause was basically
All their
removed.
PayPals got shut down.
everything
their
got shut
which,
down.
by the way, I always thought was really crazy.
Well,
I
also
think that's the
seizing
part
the
that freaked
banking,
most people out.
seizing the bank accounts of the people that donated as well, even if it was only $1. And a lot of those people that donated were police officers, so it got a little hairy.
Yeah.
I don't know the details. I can't really comment on it. I don't know why they said it was not like a proper evoking of the Emergencies Act, but it sounded like at the time I saw how it was like strategically necessary. Because the way these governments work is like you need to you have the authority to do things, but you need to like access the right authorities. You can't just be like, oh, let's bring this in. Like, no, there needs to be like legal grounds under which you made a decision. And so when they're asked, well, what did you do? You're like, well, according to section blah, blah, blah of the Emergencies Act. So that's what they did. Was it not proper in the end?
Well,
I don't
according to
know.
this federal judge, it was improper. It was not justified. I
Right.
think
2
it's a
years
pretty-
later,
I think the
Monday
like,
morning
standard,
quarterback.
You'd have to think the standard in order to start freezing, like just basically like martial law or whatever you want to call it. Like,
Yeah.
become like an autocratic state or whatever you want to say it is. Like, where you just go
Sure.
out there. That's not what it. That's not. I don't actually.
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
that.
I know.
But what
you
I mean is that like the capacity to go and just take people, like freeze people's accounts, like infringe on their liberties. You know, we are in a democratic society here, and that is like a fine line to allow the government to do what they want. I am not saying anything other than if someone was honking their horn outside my window, I would lose my fucking mind. That is
Right.
all I really thought at that moment.
Yes,
in time.
but I also wouldn't want their bank account frozen.
Well,
That's weird. Yes, I agree. That's-
frozen. I mean, frozen.
Just don't
Frozen
even,
till
don't
they
even
stop?
touch. Don't even touch it. Don't even touch that.
So
Like you're not allowed to touch it unless, of course, my name is Abu El Baghdadi.
yeah.
And I have
Hit 'em with
7
the
fingers in
sanctions.
there, then you fucking. But I actually think like don't don't do that. There's certain things. There was a couple things over pandemic that were, to me, I definitely lean. I got 7 needles. All it needs to be said. But there's still a couple things where I'm like, yeah, that I don't like though. You're making it real hard for me to be out here and take my needles when you're doing some of these moves. I think it's great. Listen, if the bank accounts were frozen and everything de-escalated as it did, and now they're being sued, that's okay. That's fine. You know what? If that's how it is, if it had to de-escalate, and maybe they were aware that was an L they were going to take.
Yeah.
Maybe that they're aware that like, we're going to do this
risk.
And we're going to get hit later, but so be it, you know? And,
because in the meantime, you got babies being born in fucking living rooms, right? Because people can't. They really jammed up a big city.
Donnie, you say this, and then what's crazy is that I didn't really. I remember I was like taken back to that time because it feels so kind of long ago.
Yeah, you got that hat with a black Canadian flag on it. We remember. Stole it from me.
But I actually wasn't as caught up in this specific thing, other than all the honking and like near my apartment. Actually, there was protests happening near me, and really it was just like I had just had a child or was having a child, and so my brain wasn't really being critical of everything. I was just sort of trying to get defensive. I was just trying to get by, like in my own little life, you know,
just to get by.
Yeah, in my own little life, and I was just taken back to that moment.
Little life is right, by the way.
Don't be rude. Oh yeah,
little life.
Yeah, that's true. My blessing. That's right. That's right. I didn't like really fully take in what was going on to the full extent, and now that I see this, I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Trouble.
Yeah,
Harley and I
being strong and wrong sometimes is the way to go for people.
Yo, thank you. New shirt idea, and one of the best I've ever heard. Strong and wrong is fucking great.
There you go.
Strong and wrong. Strong and wrong.
Strong and wrong podcast.
Strong and wrong. If you were announcing that you're strong and wrong, no one wants to argue with you. Like it's dead, bro. I'm strong and wrong. Well, so like you're not arguing with me,
bro. This is the 8 Mile. This is the B Rabbit logic. It's like you already beat yourself at the beginning of the fight.
But
so you're taking the one W that you want, which is strength, and you're giving up an L in exchange. You're like, so I'm wrong. Yeah. But you're sitting there fucking flex down in the mirror, bro.
It always works because it's like people who make predictions, like and I'm bad at this kind of stuff. Like I know this a strategy,
like Kanye West.
Yeah,
he said death to all Jews a year ago, bro. Yeah. What are we doing now?
What do you mean he has a 4-hour apology?
He called that
unreleased,
shit, bro.
Unreleased apology.
Doesn't matter. He called it a year ago. He was like, death to all Jews. What are they doing now? This guy was on top of that shit, bro.
But don't you want to be a forecaster, Harley? Because that's the best place. Like you
can be a 5-caster, dude.
It's like if you're like a politician, or you say like if you have a position, it's so crazy how much if you just have a strong opinion, say it or forecast something, and you're completely wrong. But there's no way of determining that in the moment, right? You don't know right now. But in 2 years from now, we'll have more information and we'll know.
Well, yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter. You get to get to collect all the clout from whatever you said or whatever, like people, or you can be right like 50% of the time when people are like, damn,
Columbus claimed he discovered America, even though there was like fucking 10 million people already on it.
Do you know how hard I would have to do such cleanup, even just cleaning up all the stuff I said about the Greeks today? Like I already lost my Greek vote.
No, with that mustache, you got it back, bro. You look like George Paros right now. Google that, you dumb fucks.
What kind of news were you reading before you got on this podcast today? Like you must have been,
because I said I know, because I said the Greeks, blacks, and Chinese.
Dude,
it's the one sheet you sent over here, bro.
It's nothing to do with that. What do you mean?
What do you mean? It says Korea's eating dogs, dude. Pissed me off from the jump, dude. From the jump, I've been off.
Yeah.
From the jump, I've been all sorts of fucked up.
You got to get off that testosterone, man.
Thinking about gymming right now, chowing down on a Pomeranian, it's fucking up my whole vibe, dog. Yeah, and I'm on the testosterone.
Testosterone, yeah.
Testosterone.
You guys see what I sent you the other day?
Nah, bro, we ain't gay.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is that we brought up the water bottles, but failed to mention that the actual point of the water bottle thing that's could be fucking everyone's life up right now. We're supposed to be the
me.
ones bringing the truth to them. And Donnie, why are you asking Donnie? Donnie doesn't drink water bottles. You know this. He drinks,
bro. You know, I got a
real
triple,
water bottles.
I got a triple reverse
Nestle,
osmosis filter.
He's not getting
installed.
the 99 cent for a dozen Nestle fucking water bottles.
You
at
don't like that
Walmart.
Nestle water that tastes like someone added a touch of milk to the
Yeah.
water?
Yo.
Tastes like refilled milk bottles.
It literally tastes like water with one drop of milk in it.
It is the worst water
with
ever
a silky
made.
texture.
Have you ever? I've never finished a bottle of Nestle water either. I've always had
That's even worse.
The only way I've ever finished it is first of all, with the Nestle water bottle, you disrespect that thing. You put it in your mouth and you
big
actually
time.
squeeze the bottle.
Yeah.
You squeeze the water. The bottle that it's in is trash. I feel like I could puncture my thumbs through it. And you guys know I got the weakest thumbs.
You do.
The reason why we brought up this whole water bottle fiasco, just so everyone knows, is that they discovered microplastics.
Oh,
now this is something that
surprising.
we should know. Exactly, this is something you should know. But now the scientists have got together and devised a plan to actually measure them somehow. And so these water bottles have these microplastic, which they define by some size. I don't know what the fuck it means, but basically,
particles.
they're
Particles.
all the scientists are like, I think I've definitely curtailed my water bottle intake. We don't know what the result of all this is just yet, but
it's not going to be good. But
they're
I'll tell you that
like,
microplastics are not even your biggest concern when
We're like,
talking
we don't know
water.
what the long-term effects of this are. And meanwhile, you have an entire city with trucks in a circle just honking for 3 weeks straight. And we're like, we don't know what could happen to the people.
what I liked about this though is big water. The International
B-dubs.
International Bottled Water Association, big dick swinging over here,
Kicked out of 109 countries.
said
by
in
the
their
way.
statement, they're like, there currently is both a lack of standardized measuring methods and no scientific consensus on the potential health impacts of nano and microplastic particles. Therefore, media reports about these particles in drinking water do nothing more than unnecessarily scare consumers. Big water coming back at these scientists. No facts.
Dude,
they spit no facts. They're like, in fact, you're spitting no facts. You're bringing no facts to the table other than the fact that you can measure this now. Prove to me. Come back to this is strong and wrong in the best way for them.
Yes.
They're like, come back in 30 years when you actually figure out what happens to everyone.
This is the Wizard of Oz defense. That's pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Like, bro, what the fuck? They're like, plastic, okay, but did you die, bro? Did you die?
And I see this quote at the bottom. This person's like, well, listen, they're just saying that particles can appear in different organs and may cross membranes that they're not meant to cross, such as the blood-brain barrier.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, but did you die?
Yeah.
So you're alive and you're hydrated. And what?
And you don't have to drink tap water. You get to drink this microplastic
And those indigenous
water.
cultures weren't even using that river. But no, honestly, the problem with water is the fucking that like Teflon coating shit, the PFOAs or PFAS.
Forever
chemicals.
Forever chemicals is the craziest shit.
If you want to freak yourself out,
Don't go to
forget
jail.
about
No.
microplastic and Google forever chemicals.
Don't even tell them.
Don't
Tell
do
them.
that.
And what I said before about Canada being fucking strong and wrong and clean water, we have some of the shittiest standards on forever chemicals in our water, and the U.S. actually has a better standard.
If you look up, and by the way, to those listening who are American, normally our standards are better when it comes to something that's for the people,
And
like our food and stuff like that, or education.
Like our McChicken
oftentimes.
sauce. Our McChicken sauce is not allowed to have xanthan gum in it. Okay, it's allowed to have mustard.
But when you look up Forever Chemicals, the first thing that pops up is Forever Chemicals Canada.
Yeah, well, that's what pops up when you Google it in this region.
No, because it's the thing, bro. It's because Canada's fucking up, dog.
That's why I'm telling you, get this fucking
Burt's Bees.
filter.
No,
I gotta
now
start
you're-
selling.
Burt's
I feel like
Burt's
Alex
motherfucking
Jones.
bees, dog.
Now you
And
have
anyways,
yours. Where's your Canada hat? You're all black Canada,
Bro.
there, buddy.
So what's funny is
I'm
though everyone's
Alex Jones.
we're like, oh, what about the microplastics? The microplastic, bro. My grandfather had fucking lead in his blood. The man lived until like in the 90s.
Until a week ago.
Exactly.
yeah, it's fair enough.
A week ago. And that's like that's what
Now he's a
lead.
ghost.
He had lead in his body for sure, lead in the bloodstream. So
Okay,
Like,
hold on.
we're
Let me
good.
finish laughing at my own
Microplastics?
jokes here.
Yeah, it's not even the
Go
forever
on now.
chemicals is something they've been talking about. Red dye number 9 we brought up too. Basically, like just don't either you can dig deep and freak yourself out, or just accept that you're probably consuming.
Or just
forever
accept
chemicals
that
all
you're
day.
addicted to PT 141.
Oh damn!
Because I don't know if you guys looked at this Reddit link I sent you the other day,
Well,
but
it was meant to give self tanning, but instead it gave boners.
instead it gave both.
Yeah, so that's why. Remember that video we were
Yes,
talking about in
exactly.
Thailand?
Dr. Huge.
Yeah, they were doing boner stuff.
We
and
never
the guy
doubted
was
him.
like, the other guy was like, I don't do this boner stuff. We were like, good. He was like, I take the needle that makes you tan.
Yeah. And
never
And I
doubted
can't
Dr.
think of
Huge.
any, bro, taking a needle that makes you tan.
so on r/mildly interesting 2 days ago, someone bought luggage from a thrift store, and hidden inside the luggage, he found 2 vials of PT 141, like injectable fucking
My biggest problem when
That's
you sent
injectable boner and tan.
my biggest
that you
problem when
inject
sent
up
that-
your nostril, don't
No,
you?
You
no.
want to have
I-
brown skin and a hard cock? I'm sorry, do you?
Way ahead of you.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you.
But I need to see
I
what
know,
the luggage
especially in
looked
this
like.
light.
That was my biggest problem when you sent it, and that's what I thought. I was like, okay, PT 141. I believe Dr. Huge. I knew about this, but what's the luggage that it was found in looked like? What are
I'll
we
tell you
talking
this,
here?
man.
Feels like a floral pattern canvas vibe. I'm
Boop,
just-
boop, boop, boop. I am PT 141. Boner process initiated.
I'm BT 141. I can remove my boner. You can't. Play safe. Fuck, man. I wonder if like any Americans get that deep cut.
Dude, did they get that? Who was that? That was
It was like one of those safety commercials from the 90s.
yeah.
It
What's
was
that company?
robot.
What's that?
Was it
nonprofit
War
called?
Amps? Was it War Amps for kids?
I thought you were doing a grandma's boy impression.
No,
No.
it's
It's a commercial from the 90s where it's like a robot swinging through this crazy Saw world, and then it gets its arm cut off, and it turns to this camera, and it's like, I am a robot. I can reattach my arm. You can't. Play safe.
and it was like such a cool ass 3D thing.
For sure wasn't that cool.
Oh,
it
dude,
really was. At the
so
time,
fucking
dude, it was
cool.
like before Reboot dropped.
Dude, it was like literally here. It's on the everyone because everyone has to see it now because it's. I just pulled it up for a millisecond and it's fucking fire right now still.
And let's drop it in the fucking episode over my stupid neck.
Yeah, here it lives. Look, you seeing it?
I'm watching it right now. It looks like Reboot.
This is pre-Reboot, dude.
This is all puppets and shit. Like
I
this
didn't
is
get
fucking.
this. Never saw this.
You never saw this?
No.
Man, this is even better than I remember it. to
It's
be
so
honest.
much better than I remembered.
Like, I knew it was good because at the time it sort of like scared / amazed me.
Love to know how much
War
I paid for
Amps.
this commercial. Dying to know how much I paid for this commercial. I still get War Amps mail all the time. Ask me
All
for
right,
money.
so I'll take my credit for that joke now.
Okay,
Yo, there's-
everyone
That's
give Donnie
crazy,
his
bro.
credit in the comment section. Let him know.
Or on the Reddit, because y'all see me playing in there. Some of you are chiming in, and I fucking love it. I'd love nothing more than the fucking Epic Mealtime Reddit to become great again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Donnie, you eat the Costco hot dog?
Didn't we do this 2 weeks ago?
What did we do? What
We
did
talked
do?
about Costco hot dogs. I
And we
said,
can't talk
and
about
some other
every
guy took
fucking
that.
day,
He
dog.
took that concept and ripped it right from our hands, like the champion that he is.
You think I'm out here recycling hot dog talk to you, bro?
so listen.
I got that fresh hot dog talk.
So I'll eat the hot dog, and I like the hot dog. I don't do it often. I'm usually in a pretty desperate place
Hey,
where it's
yo,
like
my man's desperate out here.
I'm desperate. I'm
Guzzling
basically I
pussies.
finished grocery shopping at Costco, and I know when I get home I'm gonna unload this shit, and I definitely don't feel like cooking. So it's like while I'm out, I'm gonna grab this hot dog. Like I said 2 weeks ago, I tell them to keep the cup. I don't even want your
Do
fucking
you
drink.
want millions of views to go with that hot dog? Is the real question we're asking.
I
you
want
right now.
millions of views so I
No,
can.
but do you want millions
so I
of views to
could
go with
make-
the hot dog? Because what Harley's trying to tell you is some guy took the Costco. We got to it early. This guy made a whole video about eating hot dogs for a week straight only. You know, remember?
He ate hot dogs for a week straight, Donnie. You know how many glizzies this boy guzzled?
You know how much money he saved? And how much
Glizzy
weight he lost?
McGuire?
yeah,
$100.
He lost. I think it's like $35, $40, and he lost about 4 pounds in the week.
He also probably lost a year off his life.
No, definitely not.
In sodium nitrate.
Those are all
intake.
beef.
He's such a
Kosher, come on.
nitrate hater, bro. This guy's been hating nitrates and nitrates for
What do
like
nitrates
decades,
even do?
bro.
What does the nitrates do?
They ruined Donnie's life, apparently.
They increase your chance of colorectal cancer by like 90%. And
So is that attitude, bro.
one hot dog's been compared to like smoking a cigarette.
But what does the
It's-
nitrate- what does the
dude,
nitrate actually
who's
do
beefing
to
hot
the
dog
hot
like
dog?
that? Who's
What does the
beefing
nitrate
hot
do?
dogs like that?
It's a preservative. It's so that this fucking rotten pork doesn't rot in your pork.
Okay, we need.
Who told
we
you
need a
this big
scientist on
hamburger?
here.
Who
Yeah,
told
we
you
need
this
some-
big hamburger?
The
By the way, is
National Hamburger
hamburger
Association.
a nemesis of the hot dog or an ally?
Ally.
Ally for sure.
Who's hot dog's nemesis? A taco?
Salad.
Sandwich.
That's a hamburger, bro.
You
Soup.
told me we're not allowed to ask Tumblr questions. 2013.
Soup
That's
is
true.
the hot dog's nemesis. They have They
No.
never see each other, and when they do, it's always a
The
fight.
soup is no. The soup
Hold
can't
up.
even.
That
touch
is a
hot
crazy
dog.
thing about you. Ever go somewhere and your buddy
Get a soup
or
and a hot
anyone's
dog?
like, I'll get a soup and a hot dog.
No.
Exactly.
Isn't that crazy? Because like I like a hot dog. First of all, no one ever does hot dog melts. But like a cheesy dog, like they're very rare occurrence. You know, you got like a ball game or something. I
No,
don't know where-
no.
but
A
like,
hot dog is a very golf forward move.
but
That's-
like a cheesy hot dog dunked in tomato soup sounds like some fucking some shit. I'm down to get microplastics for, you know.
yeah, you're into that.
I could be.
Hot dog and hamburgers are best friends because if there's a hamburger hot dog option at the place, I'm getting both.
I love getting
And I'm
both.
splitting the
King
dog
shit.
with. I'll split the hot dog with someone or
King
whatever,
shit.
right? And it's usually a cheese dog. Also, to add some more of that,
King shit, bro.
right? But
I love going to the place, getting a burger and fries, and they're like, anything else? I'm like, yeah, give me the hot dog too, please.
Ooh, hey, yo, this guy. Calm down, Donnie.
And I hit him with that, please. Give me the hot dog too, please.
You hit him with, you know, I hit him with that, please.
you hit him with
And
the
maybe
pardon
I'll
me.
get the pink lemonade slushy to go with it.
Oh fuck!
And now you know where I am. If you're a real pro,
you sitting there solo in the restaurant, fucking sipping that pink lemonade real quiet, nipples hard. One drip of pee coming out the tip
in my
of your
ears.
penis. A
AirPods
racist
in, but off.
podcast in your ears.
No, in but off.
You want
and
that
my-
white man shit?
My listening mode high.
You a big pardon me guy? You say
Me
pardon
guy?
me often? You say pardon me like when you're out in public?
Pardon me, no, I'm not fucking Hugh Grant in 1998.
Oh, you know
But,
good. Oh, I didn't know. Pardon me.
See,
offended you
Lynch
so much.
grew up in a pardon me home.
I mean, I'll say
It just so
excuse
happens
me.
Lynch's dad is very strong Hugh Grant 1998 vibes.
Yeah. But he's got like a sweater vest and his hair is parted.
Like
in the
he'll
middle.
hit you with a pardon me when he didn't quite hear what you said.
That's actually what I do. I hit them with the pass. So that's I'm directly passed down to me. I
Bro,
hit
it
them
better be
with
straightly.
that.
I'll
Got
hit
this
people-
guy over here, pink lemonade and a hot dog. We're sitting here talking about guzzling fucking glizzies for $1.50 all day. You better be fucking straightly, you know?
Actually, shout out to that guy. He did eat all those hot dogs, and I thought it was an interesting, good concept. I thought it was funny. It was a good.
Shout out to his family.
Shout out to that guy. Pause.
He should have done a month.
Hey, so
It's
since
all
we're
fucking
talking
lie anyways.
true.
about Reddit,
You're right. It probably was a lot. Yeah, that's correct.
No one's talking about Reddit. you
I'm
fucking
talking about
lip
Reddit.
cuck
No,
moron.
let's fucking give
Talk
the
about
people what they
Reddit
want.
is that Reddit's now seeping into my life, Donnie, and it's interesting because I feel like you get to consume the internet that we consume through Reddit. You're a Reddit guy. You try to pretend like you're not going on YouTube and you're not going on.
I'm on
Yeah,
YouTube.
like he
Twitter.
says he doesn't like
He's
TikTok,
like,
but
I
then he
don't like
watches
TikTok.
TikToks on Reddit.
So much TikTok. He's watching the most TikTok on Reddit.
the most.
And now I'm getting Reddit served to me in the
From
funniest
TikTok.
way. from like reels and TikTok where people are just taking.
You're getting fucking Reddit served to you in the tunnels, bro.
No, Reddit's getting served to me with like the best questions, like what would you tell yourself? What have you learned now that you're over 40 or some bullshit like that? Something like, what are the best quotes you've ever heard? And then it's like just a popular Reddit post, and they just do slideshows with all the top comments, and it's such. Like I get sucked in all the time.
That's such 21-year-old boy energy. Like, I need good quotes. It's like, don't worry. Keep living. You'll find them.
I have a question.
Listen, I don't know why you're trying to be a hater right now. Like,
I don't know why
a good
either.
quote. A good quote
I
goes
have-
a
I
long
have-
way, bro, to inspire you. Okay, and
I've never been inspired. I've never been inspired.
Exactly.
by a
I think
quote.
a quote might be
I have,
overrated.
I have one right here. Actually, after Ziggy
I'd
died, that I
love to hear
saved.
this. Let's hear this.
You ready for it? I gotta find it.
I love
Hold
it. I love it.
on. I got
Let's
one
hear
right
it.
here.
Yeah. It's
I
so
did-
meaningful that you don't even remember it.
Yeah, that's funny.
First of all, I can't. I have so many things I have to remember.
This guy's got a lot of quotes.
Yeah,
you want.
even
This guy
one
can't remember every
sentence,
quote.
one sentence that you found super meaningful after the death of your grandfather.
He
You can't
literally
remember it.
just died. His body's
And this
warm.
was so life changing that you saved it.
I didn't
and
call
then
it
you-
life. I didn't
you
call it
never thought
life-changing.
about it again.
I didn't call it life change.
I'm expecting my life to change. I'm putting a lot on this.
I hope it's
Tell
like,
me right now you're swiping through many quotes and trying to choose a
swiping
good
through-
one.
No,
They're not
I'm
be trying to pick a good one for
he's
us right
swiping
now.
through the 48 rules of power.
No, I'm swiping through just the most right now. Hold on.
What do you got, bro?
This is really good
Hey, yo,
audio
this guy's just fucking
platform
swipe-
right now.
This
Okay,
guy's
you ready?
swiping through. This guy's
You
swiping
ready?
through pictures of Costco dogs.
You ready right now? The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. I should have had a better voice. Maybe Harley, you can do it for me. You're the actor in the family. Can you just read? Can you actually? I'll cut.
No, hold
this
on.
part.
He's still recovering
Okay.
from how
The
fucking
pain I have
gay that
now
was.
is
The happiness I had before. That's the deal.
the pain I have now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal.
Is this
That's
Kind of-
about?
this is a sad quote.
Yeah, this is like about your gut.
No, this is about like life. Like the happiness you had before is like this moment right now. When one of us dies from our nitrates and Donnie has to go there, he's gonna feel pain. But the happiness we had now is great. And that's the deal of life. You get to be happy at that time.
Oh, happy
But
now,
unfortunately-
sad later. Okay.
Same shit.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
nothing crazy about that. That's just like it seemed apropos for the moment.
I like
okay?
my quote on that.
Apropos?
My quote.
I mean, Donnie,
Apropos.
pardon me, Donnie. Calm down over there, okay?
My quote that I say that is that exact quote is better than this guy's quote. Who said this? Sun Tzu?
You don't even know.
I always
who?
say-
What if
I-
it was fucking Hitler?
Then I'd be looking like a real dummy.
The man had to have a couple banger sentences.
He had a
Spoke a
couple.
lot. He's got to have a couple banger sentences.
It's not even wrong. That's actually an ad hominem attack. You can't.
Hold on, no quote has ever cut you deep ever in your life. Come on.
Oh wait, hold
guys.
on. I said the
You guys
good-
are.
I
You know
always
what?
said hold on.
Audience, these guys are a couple
My
of fucking
quote.
liars over here. I'm just gonna point
My
that out.
quote is exactly that. I always say the good old days are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so
Same
much
sentiment.
better, bro. That's so much better, dude. This guy, who's this fucking
I don't
idiot?
fucking know. Just some.
Well,
I'm just,
bro, you want a quote? You call up your big cousin.
I want to tell you something. I'm
I
not
see you're
walking
talking
around-
every fucking week on the
I
microphone.
don't
You
tell
want quotes,
anyone.
bro? I got quotes.
This is me. This is my own personal files. The fact that I even brought it out right now, you should feel lucky that I'm even exposing this to you guys.
That's
right
true.
Now.
You were vulnerable there.
I'm being
You shared
extremely
a thing. I
vulnerable,
like
and the
that,
fact
yeah.
that Donnie, I got to call Donnie out here specifically.
Donnie
There's
is
no
the biggest.
way
You know
that
I fuck up with
I
quotes,
know
but Donnie's
Donnie's-
sucking down quotes every day.
Donnie's got quotes. You can't read that many books and not have quotes. It's impossible.
Donnie,
It's
you
not
have read
possible.
quotes. You've
He's probably shed a tear to a quote. I bet.
I'm
he's
gonna
well
shed
done.
one right now. I'll tell-
Donnie has literally read a book, saw a quote, spun 90 degrees in his chair, picked up the pen that he keeps by him when
That's
he reads,
right.
and he wrote the quote down, and then he put the backside of that pen in his mouth and smiled, pondering on the quote. And I would gamble anything that that's what happened.
You painted a perfect picture with that, Harley. I got to commend you on that. That's
Right? Don't you see him
exactly
doing
what
that, bro?
100%.
You should
He's
have
wearing some
specified.
fucking
He
Patagonia
even
sweater.
dog-eared. He even dog-eared the little page there.
No.
too.
He would never
I would
dog ear,
never.
though. He
Thank
wouldn't
you,
do that.
Harley. Thank you,
He
Harley.
would dog ear. He
I would not. I would not
Yeah,
dog
but
ear
he
my
has a
page.
bookmark that says, "I love sucking on a good
This guy
Costco
probably
dog."
doesn't even wear his shoes either. What, a book's meant to be read and dog-eared, bro. Come on. It's got to live life, Donnie. Come on. This is
You
another
like to
quote.
dog ear books, Lynch?
Yeah, of course. I don't care.
That's gangster. I used to dog ear books happily, and then I
I don't
got
give a
murked
fuck.
by a lot of people.
A book
Yeah,
is
it's
meant-
ugly.
They're always like, "You're on
Do
the
you write
book."
notes in your book?
Never, possibly pencil if I was ever going to.
Yeah, you guys are too precious.
Book,
with
so
this
you
shit.
could erase it later. You fucking
Yeah.
coward.
Honestly,
This guy can't
'cause you know-
commit to anything.
That's some
honestly.
coward
No,
ass
you know
shit,
what's
bro.
happened to me? I buy a lot of used books.
Who's gonna
and-
who
I
who you
hate-
scared of, bro? Robert Munch? This guy's out at Costco fucking hiding from Robert Munch. Are you scared of Robert Munch?
I'll tell you this: I had a good quote. And
That
then-
Robert a Munch.
And then somebody that I don't love, who's very famous, started spreading it a lot. And I was like,
Me?
now if I
Andrew Tate?
ever say it, people are going to think I got it from there. And I had to let it go.
You only live once.
Yeah. YOLO.
YOLO.
For sure.
That was the one?
It was Drake.
It was that?
No. It
Donnie,
wasn't.
you think
tell
Donnie would
us
be
the
that?
quote.
You think Donnie would be that surface about it? Come on, Donnie's got some weird fucking quote.
It
he's
was-
got backed
it
up.
was-
Come on, let's hear it.
It was Henry David Thoreau in Walden.
Okay, so say it.
I hear Harley typing.
Yeah, dude, we have a fucking stupid ass audience.
You just
bro.
gave me- yeah, you gave me a whole
sorry, I
thing. I
didn't mean
go-
to- Bro, our audience is straight, dude. They don't know.
I'm taking random screenshots of fucking.
I don't need to look it up.
Reels or TikToks, and this guy's got
I
off
want-
the dome, and he's like trying to slow play us. Let's
I'm
go.
burying the lead.
Let's hear it.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's most men live lives of quiet desperation.
This guy's clowning me over here with that.
The shot at you. That's a big shot at you.
If
me.
you take it as
He
a shot
literally
at you,
just called you quiet and desperate as far as I'm
if you take it as a shot at you, then it's right.
We got 2 shirts, strong and wrong, and another one says quiet and desperate.
I'll take 2 of each.
A man has not everything to do, but something. And because he cannot do everything, it is not necessary that he should do something wrong.
I think we should bring quote of the days into the podcast now. At the end of the podcast,
That's just gonna give us extra work.
Well,
And we know how hard
Donnie,
we're
just
working.
go into your journal and figure out what's going on. You know, just pull some up.
Bro, first of all, they
But
keep
you're on
my
Reddit. There's a
journal.
million there.
They keep my journal at the camp. They confiscate it every night. Make sure I'm not plotting.
Those who want to live, let them fight. And those who do not want to fight in this world of eternal struggle do not deserve to live.
That sounds like some fucking. I'm not gonna say what
It
I'm
was
gonna
him.
say.
It was him. I
Yeah.
quoted him.
'Twas him.
You know who. Jewish Voldemort. No, that was an excerpt from this book called My Struggle. Never read it. Lynch, calm down. We don't like Hitler, bro.
Listen,
He's a fucking coward.
We don't lie, kid.
He killed his dog. He killed his dog. And
Everyone-
didn't even eat it.
There was like a few people that just thought their fucking AirPods died in that moment where it got quiet for a second because I'm one of them. I'm one of them that listens to
you thought we
podcasts.
disconnected you.
Like I listen to podcasts and sometimes everyone just like swallows at the same time and I'm like, oh no, what
Yeah,
broke?
You also have baggage with your AirPods always fucking up. You
No,
got bad
they
baggage.
no. Since the time they fucked up and got replaced, they've been good. But I am running into this dilemma where my Apple Care warranty is ending, and I either give them a bath and get them replaced by paying the $50 deductible, or I'm just like, well, these work, these are tested, I know these are good, and I just ride with them into the sunset.
What you do? Are they pros?
They're pros.
You go to the Apple Care app and go register your.
They're all registered.
Okay, so you can go there and you can extend Apple Care on it month by month.
Really?
Yeah.
Even
what are they
though I've
charging
hit
for
like a
this?
critical
They not
period.
depends on the product itself. I think the Apple Care for
You
my
already paid
phone
enough
was like
money.
15. My phone was like $15 to extend Apple Care.
you've already paid enough money over the time that they're like, it's okay if you have.
Yeah, exactly. They are.
No, I
They're
know,
like,
They
so-
did. Someone did the math. Some.
It was pretty good.
Somewhat. Who did the math? Somewhat. You were like some did the math. Somewhat. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna use.
Come
the
on,
word.
me
I had a
and
word in my head
Abu
and I-
al Baghdadi
and
are
I-
waiting.
No, I had a word in my head and I can't say it.
I know the
properly,
word.
So I had to stop.
You can't say it.
No, it's a type of mathematician, and I don't have it. It's a type of
An
math.
actuary?
Correct, and I couldn't say the word in that moment. I was like, in my head, I was like,
You were like,
can't- I can't. I was about to drop that. You guys were about to start pointing fingers and laughing at me, so I had to hold back. That's really what I was thinking about.
Wow. Fucking PTS Dingleberry.
No, I just,
It's not a sick shirt, but we should still sell it.
I do have a hard out in like 10 minutes ago.
Guys, he's got a hard out, right? Have you ever had a hard in?
I got a hard on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
wrap it up.
good. Anyways, boys, I'm here with the hardest dick in the game, Donnie the Kids, and Big Lynch holding it down. Let us know what you guys think about the tunnels. we have no more thoughts on the matter, and we will never discuss them again. Head over to epicmealtime.com. We drop in a new shirt, Strong and Wrong. This has been the Strong and Wrong podcast. Tell everyone this is the name now. Peace.